Tim VC, the Alaskan Passion here, with a beat breakdown. Going crazy. Okay. So it's like I put together this insane beat. And I was like, I gotta break this down. I was telling AO Trio, shouts out to AO Trio. I was telling AO Trio, like, bro, you gotta do more beat breakdowns. And I was like, I'm telling bro to do beat breakdowns, and I'm not even breaking down the beats. So boom, full disclosure, we're iPad whipping right now. All right, so boom, that is very simple. We started here. Let's go here. We started here. Okay, we started here. Let's do this. Let's do one of these ones right here, and let's do. Okay, we started here with this one, E. Uh, we took we took an airy synth, a nice airy synth. Okay, we did one of these ones, right? Easy day. Easy day. One of them right there, right? And I was like, okay, I need something to call back to that. Okay, wait, but also, right? Let's look at the effects that I put on it because um like once I started adding stuff, things were starting to get muddy. So I immediately, boom, went in there, turned down the highs and lows in the equalizer. I put an arpeggiator on it, just to give it some like, you know what I'm saying, some wobble and some shake. And then I put some reverb on it to give it that airy feeling. And then for the call and response, I I just did something very simple, an E and a G. Let's do solo. Alright, I did something very simple. See what I'm saying? And then together, right? That sounds like do 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 do, right? And then so the artists that I've been like working with lately, or like yeah, the artists that I've been working with lately, they are really into rock and like guitar sounding beats. So I've been trying to add like I'm using all stock sounds, by the way, right? So I've been trying to find a way to add that like rock star guitar feel, right? But also like still kind of keep it like on my team, right? So I added a second lead, or like it was like a, you know, like a backup lead, I guess. Um, with the guitars, and then I added a solo. But we'll start with the lead, right? And I kept that really simple too, right? Oh wait, no, I need to be here. I kept that really simple, right? I kept that really simple, and I just led with an E, and I went up a key every time, right? And I was like, I need to add. So then once I got there, right, I was like, dang, I need to really add like some kind of like guitar, like lead, like solo type feel. And I was like, okay, like what can we do? So I did this. Ready? It's the last 4 bars. Right, so like I laid everything at 4, right, at E4, and then um for the second half I just put it up a semitone, and then um I did the same thing for like basically for every lead that I added, I just put it up a semitone, right? Put the bass line up a semitone, and then did the same thing for the second 4 bars, right? And then once I had that figured out, I once I had that figured out, I was able to um, render that down. Oh, I didn't tell you what effects I put on the guitars. I added a tremolo to give it some wobble. I added reverb too, and I added and I added distortion, um, light distortion, um, and yeah. Oh, and then once I figured out my melody, I rendered that down to an audio sample, right? And that's where you have this. Um, right, and then I reversed it and I chopped it into beats, and then that's where you have this. Right, and I added reverb to that, and um I added a low and a high boost equalizer to the chops. I added tremolo to give it some wave, and I added a reverb to that. And then let's get into the 808. So with the 808, I started very simple, right? I started very simple. I wanted it to keep it very, very simple. So, but I knew I wanted to come with hard 808s. So I kept it very simple. Okay, back to it. Okay, but I knew I kept it really simple, but I knew I wanted to come hard at some point. So I came with a second one that was just straight banging. Right? So, and then I kept the drums really simple. I'm not gonna lie. I kept the drums super duper simple, right? I kept the drums super duper simple, and basically, um, mostly just perks. Oh, I used 3 drum sounds, and I'm done. I'm not adding nothing else, right? It's gonna be so simple, so light, nothing really going on. I added a chop snare, I added a shake snare, and I added a snap. That's it. That's it. I might add some like little FX, some perks after this, but aside from that, bro, I'm not adding nothing else in the drums category. I really want I really want the bass line to stand out, and I really want the melody to stand out. So I want to just give enough drums to give tempo. Like I want that aggressive drill sound with that really airy, light, sexy drillness. Okay?